Yeah, go ahead.
Because I think both things can be true. There's an extent to where the comments, likes, the dislikes don't matter. And you have to be a very mentally sound, tough person to be able to block out that noise. And I think as an athlete who's experienced that their whole life, it probably comes a little bit easier for you, second nature. And to your point, as someone who wears the title of influencer, there is a part of me that cares about how I'm influencing people and what they think of me and what they have to say of me. So looking back on my decisions, even recently, sitting down and doing a podcast, I felt like there were moments where I articulated myself in a really good way, and then were moments where if I could go back, I would maybe change the way that I said things because it didn't fully embody my character or my heart. But that's something that I'm learning, right? As athletes, y'all have mastered that because you've done that your whole life.
To a certain extent, I think that the biggest thing that you have to go through is you have to understand self-identity.
Before we move forward there, how are you feeling with that? Because that is a big moment. Because I've been on shows before where it was like the gotcha moment, where the team say, "Hey, we're going to stay off topic here. We're not going to dive into this," and then you get there and it's like, boom.
Yeah.
So that was just last week. How do you feel?
I feel like I'm learning. You know, I'm trying to continue to have the courage to stand in my power, to be myself, to answer questions honestly and transparently. But I also think that media training and a little PR goes a long way, because you don't have to answer every question. Like, every comment or DM doesn't deserve a response. I'm learning that.
How?
Amen.
What she said would contradict what the point that you were trying to make, Raimi.
Yeah, you like that?
I think that if people just went and said whatever it is that they wanted to say, then that is going to be a humongous issue over time, because then there's no filter. Then nobody is going to care, even when there's pushback. People will just say things off the whim without any accountability for what it is that they're saying. So I think that will spiral society into anarchy. Now, I think that it is a way to go about it and say things, but I think that to an extent that there's some things that's just better left unsaid. And in that case, I would definitely say if she was speaking on their relationship, that was definitely one of those situations. And the only reason why she feels some type of way is because, like everyone said, is because she's getting pushback. And that shouldn't be the case. If you're a grown adult, you should be aware of what it is that you're saying out of your mouth. Because if you're willing to do that in front of people that you don't know, on a panel with a camera in front of you, what the fuck are you saying at home when nobody else is around and it's just you and that man?
But Viz, I feel like honestly, you kind of just got it out for me sometimes. Really, I'm gonna be honest with you, because it's like every time I say something, I know Viz is coming behind me with something. I'm gonna say that. Secondly,
I mean, that's what we here for.
I bet I like that. Check this. No, I'm just playing. I really think. I really feel like if she had not said that, right, then where would the room for growth be? And unfortunately, what we do have is, like, for instance, I don't know if y'all remember a long time ago when Britney Spears went in that bathroom and then she came out, she cut her hair off and all of that. Like, you got to consider that some people are growing up in the media, right? Like, some people are growing up under the lens and scope of other people. And it's really up to you if you want to be able to be better or shine in those situations. Like, has she not done that, there would have not been nothing for her to learn from and grow and then show up differently the next time. So that needed to happen.
I mean, she did
But
say, "I'm still
right,
learning."
this ain't, yeah.
She said that. So
But
I give you
see,
that.
this is the problem that I'm having though. This wasn't the first time she had the opportunity for growth. This wasn't the first time she been questioned on that. When they first broke up and she first found out that he was dating Taylor Swift, she had something to say. Why didn't she grow then to the point of next time this conversation come up, I'm not even gonna speak on it. That has nothing to do with me. That's the past. I'm in my present. I'm not even going to get into that. And if somebody brings it to my attention, yeah, I'm not going to speak on them. That's them. It didn't work out between me and him, and that's that. But see, where was the growth at the end? It wasn't none. So that's why I say she was intentionally being disrespectful. She's hurt. And that's all it is. In my opinion, she's hurt. She's speaking like she's hurt because that's why she continues to talk about it. Look, you're not going to continue to talk about it if you're not hurt from it. As y'all ladies like to say, if she was healed, this conversation would be the way she was. She said, what do I look like doing 50-50? That's not a person who's healed. That's not a person who's okay with the situation. That's the person who's hurt. She would have had different choice of words. Yeah, 50-50 is just not my thing. But she said it in a sarcastic, nasty, disrespectful type manner on purpose because she is hurt, because she is feeling some type of way. She, on the outside looking in, she's a little jealous because I let this one get away.
But
And now
what
she
she
got
came
someone
back,
who
Hey,
doesn't look
she
as
came
good as I
back
do.
though.
what if she just didn't want to say, like, would y'all rather her say, like, oh, well, he broke or he don't spend money, so I don't rock with him. Like, I mean, she just spoke on her preference, and I think ain't nothing wrong with that still. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think that that's how I would go about speaking about anybody that I used to date out loud, right? Like, period. But what she supposed to say? This he ain't spending no money. Like, what?
No, what she could have said was, I choose not to talk about that. But as far as going 50-50, I'm not a fan of it. That's just not my thing.
Mm.
Yeah, but she came back and she said, I'm still learning. So, everybody's constantly evolving. So we cannot like constantly stay on this girl because of a statement that she made in one podcast. And then she came back to another podcast and said, hey, I'm still learning, blah, blah, blah. She probably felt bad about it. And sometimes people don't have a platform to come back and say anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
So
I also want to mention this.
But Kelly, but you know something? That's the grace that ladies get. Let me put that out there. That's the grace that women get. Men don't get that type of grace.
well, like you said,
You make
men and women are different. So that's the
You're right,
difference.
and that's the difference. That's part of that double standards. We accept that. We accept that.
Mhm.
A man's gonna get one time to make that situation. Don't do it again. And then if you turn around and do it again, oh yeah, you're gonna the hell's gonna come up on you. We
Mhm.
understand that. A lady,
Mhm.
well, she can get multiple chances, multiple opportunities to correct. Oh, I didn't know any better. I was young. I was this. I was that. We come up with every reason excuses in the book
She's
for the
still
ladies.
healing.
So what's the
For the
example?
hard
Like,
ankles,
you feel like
but for the hard ankles, we don't get that. You
who
said
you
what,
feel
man?
like? I'm sorry. Who you feel like didn't get that type? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who do you feel like right now that we see in the media didn't get that type of grace? Like, why do you feel like that? I guess I'm trying to understand. Like, why do you feel like
What's old boy name? The actor that's dating Megan Good.
You're talking
Jonathan.
about Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan
Jonathan
Major.
Majors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that he's not getting that.
Well,
Tyrese.
I think it's best for him to not say anything like he's been doing.
What about Tyrese?
what Tyrese?
Tyrese definitely
What
not
about,
getting that.
what about Tyrese?
See, here the ladies don't know. We don't know what happened.
What?